Hi, I'm Lay with LayShidell.com, and I have another training for you today. That should be no surprise. I am going to look at how we use an opt-in form that we created in Aweber and how we can create a lead capture page for free using Blogspot. So we're going to take a look over here, and I'm going to switch you so that you can see my screen, and we'll get started on this. Okay, and so I'm going to put this paperwork here where I can read from it. Okay, so what you're seeing here, this is blogspot.com after I've actually logged in. So what you want to do is go to blogspot.com and you want to create an account, and that's free to do, and all it's going to do is attach to your email address. So then after you've created that, this is what you would be looking at. And you wouldn't have anything over here on the left-hand side. So we would be selecting a new blog. So we're going to collect that. And I'm going to go ahead and populate and create one as we go. And then I'll show you at the very end how to delete one in case you aren't really wanting one, but you'll have gone through this process. And so I'm just going to do this and call this my recipes. I don't know why I picked that, but I did. So my keyboard's giving me trouble here. Hang on a second. Okay, we got it there. And so then what do I want to make the address for that? Maybe I'll make the address for that lay recipe, and it'll give you the blogspot.com. And so I'll enter that. And it's taking a second here. I'm not sure why my keyboard's not being happy. Okay, so it's checking for, I entered it in, it's checking for the address that I entered here, layrecipe.blogspot.com, and it says this blog address is available. And so I'm just going to go ahead and use that one. And then I'm going to come over here and I'm just going to select a simple theme, and then we're going to create a blog with that. You have lots of themes here that you can choose from. This is just the option that I'm using to show you this demonstration. And at this point, it also offers us an opportunity to go find a domain name that we could use separately. We're not going to do that. Also, if you do choose to create a domain name, you need to enable HTTPS with the secure. You pay a little bit more for that, but if you don't, a lot of people are going to have problems when they start to open it, and they're not going to want to open it because they're going to think there might be problems with it. A lot of the software packages will warn people not to open those sites. So at this point, we're not going to create a domain name, though. I just wanted you to know about that. So we're going to say no thank you. And then once we are at this spot, we have our blog started, and then we're going to go down to, on the left hand side here, we're going to go down to a layout. We already selected a theme, so now we're going to pick a layout. And this screen's going to give us a lot of different options here. And the first one being this fave icon. This is so that you can add an icon to your own business if you wanted. Now for this demonstration, I'm not going to add one for my own. Where I'm using this, I do use this. What this icon is specifically though, is if you're looking at the browser on the little tabs up here at the top where it gives these little icons for the different applications, that lets you put an icon there attached to your particular lead capture page that would look like whatever it is that you're pointing them to if you should choose to put that. Okay, then we would have the navigation bar, and we have a header. Okay, we're going to go in and the header is already established for us as my recipes. That's what we set it at. Cross column. We're not using most of these features, as you can see. And so we're going to look at. Okay, I add the about me, and there's a purpose for doing this because on the left hand side it's going to want to give you a menu on this blog that we're creating. And to avoid that, what I did is I set mine up so that it uses the about me, and I'm attached to, and I'll show you this later, I'm attached to a Google account rather than a Blogger account. And so it uses an avatar, and it shows a picture of me and how many followers that I have on my Google account. So I did populate this, and you can edit this right here, clicking on edit, and you can see it shows the about me. If you wanted to name it something slightly different, you could, and it's going to show as, and it shows the avatar that I have attached to the email, which is attached to my Google Plus account. I'm not sure what happens if you use Blogger, if you're able to add a photo there. This is because I attached to my Google Plus account, and I have a gravatar, or what they call an avatar, attached to that account. The display options are to show about me. I do want that to show, and then I just click save on that one. Okay, we don't use the blog archive. We don't use a footer. None of these footers information here that it shows. I'm checking for some things in my notes. In the body, where's the body here? The main body. Blog posts. Okay, in the blog posts, you might want to edit here. I'm trying to find. This is going to post at a certain time. It's going to show the time. So if I select that, it won't show the time. And if I select the date, it's not going to show that. It can show who it was posted by. We're trying to limit what shows because we aren't really using this to create a blog. We're using this to create a lead capture page. That's why we're disabling a lot of the different features that are available here. And so then once we've done those in the layout, I'm going to take a peek at the preview to see what I have here. And so far, that's what I have. That's my header. I can adjust this if we want. I'll go back in and show you how we can adjust that. Then I have About Me is over here, as I told you, and it lists my name. It shows that we're attached to the Google Plus account. It shows the avatar of me, and it shows how many people are following me on my account. And then from there, they can view my complete profile if they wanted to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and close that view and go back into the layout. Now what I'm going to do is we're actually going to go create our first new post. And the post is going to be the information that we actually are using to place a form on this lead capture page. So the first thing that we need when we're creating a lead capture page is a photo. And I'm going to add something here. Let me see here. We're going to create a new post. So this is the new post. We're going to click on that while we're waiting here for it to load up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to navigate and pick up an image that I already have stored on my computer. It's a recipe I already use in one of my businesses. So it could be anything. You could go to Pexels, is one of the places I recommend, to get free photos. There's no royalty fees. You can use them free without getting into any kind of trouble. So what we really want on this page is our image. What's going to attract our people to this page? And so I'm going to come here on the image I clicked, and I'm going to choose a file. So I click on choose a file, and I'm going to navigate on my computer to where I have some images saved, and I have some recipes in here. I like this one because it looks nice, got a big picture on it. Okay, I might not really use this, and in fact, this is just for demonstration purposes, and I'm going to actually show you how to delete a blog should you decide you're finished using this as a lead capture page, or if you never use it, or if you just decide to delete it. So it's uploading the photo now, and we're going to, when it finishes loading, and it has, we're going to go to the bottom of the page here where it says add selected, and we're going to click on that. And then you're going to see that's how it's going to place it at that size. If I right click on it, you can see, there's a menu here below. And right now it's selected at a medium version of that photo. That's what's black. I'm going to try and see what a large version of that. I think I like the large version a little better. I will show you one more time just for demonstration. This would be an extra large version of it. If I wanted to do that, I could do that. I'm going to go with a large version. Try that again. I liked the large, not the extra large. Okay, and then from this point, we might say that we're going to add some text here. So I'm just going to need to move my notes there. Okay, so I hit a return and join my subscription for more recipes, for more maybe new recipes. Okay, and so then I might want that information centered, and so I'll just highlight it, and then I come up here and click on this, center that. I could boldface the text. I could change the color if I wanted to up here on the font color. Let's make that red. Okay, and so I have that information, and then I want to add this. Let's see. By clicking here. So click here, clicking here. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to add sorry, got to check notes here. Okay, so what I'm going to do at this point right now is I'm going to pick up the HTML code for the form, because we want to add a form down here, obviously, so that they'll fill in the information. We don't want them to click here. I don't know why I was thinking that. And so I'm going over to Aweber and I'm logging into my account. Yesterday, when I did a video, I created a web form, and we're going to use that same web form that I created on this lead capture page. And so I'm going to go to the sign up forms. It's going to take a second to load here. And this is a PDF video giveaway form that I created yesterday rather than for something to do with recipes. So obviously you'd want this form to say something specific to your recipes. It doesn't really matter what I have named on there though, because that name is really for my purposes and tells me what the setup looks like. What I need here is to go on to all the way to the settings and then the publish where I had published it, because this has already been published. What I need from this form is the HTML code. And this is one time where I will tell you that you can use this code very easily, even if you don't understand programming. So you're going to click on that. I will install my form. And you're going to click on the raw HTML version. Am I raw? No, I fibbed. You're going to click on the JavaScript snippet. And you're going to come down there and you're going to click till it highlights the entire thing. And then you're going to copy that. And we're going to go back over to Blogger or Blogspot. And we're going to click up here on the top left on this bar that lets us navigate and do different things within Blogspot. First you'll see Compose, then you'll see HTML button. We're going to click that HTML button. We're going to click at the very bottom of the text that we see here, and we are going to paste the HTML code we picked up before. You don't have to do anything else to it, just paste it to the bottom. Okay, once you do that, I want you to come to the top right and I want you to click the save button. It's really important that you save all of this work. Okay, and it did save it. And now we're going to go back to the Compose and we're going to take a look at what we have. Taking a second here to load it up. And so you can see what we have here. We have the recipe or whatever image that you're going to use for that lead capture page. And you have the text that we put there. And then we actually have the form there. There's the form that we created in Aweber. And so when somebody clicks on the link to this particular blogspot.com, they're going to be able to fill in this information for you, click on subscribe, and they're going to show up for you in this list over here. I'm taking you back over to Aweber, and I'm going to show you that they will show up in your list. Okay, so these are, oh, those are actual subscribers. What I want you to understand here, we're looking at this video giveaway, which is the form I just created. I have no subscribers yet to this list because that form is brand new. I just made it for demonstration purposes in training yesterday. And then I'm using it for the first time in this lead capture page that we're creating. And so as you can see, I have no subscribers. Now, it tells me to either add subscribers. This is how you can import subscribers if you already have a whole list of subscribers, but let's say you've changed where you're doing all of your email auto responding and such. This is a video that Aweber has for you that shows you how you can import that list. Now, if we hadn't already created the form, this is where we could create a sign-up form, but we've already done all of that. And that takes us through our training that I've created for you on this. What I want to show you, though, is when we're back at Blogger. Now we're on my recipes here. And I want to show you that we can delete this. And the way that you do that is make sure the one that you want chosen is what you're seeing here written out, my recipes. As you can see, I have several. I have my mastering video online, my recipes, which is the one we're working on right now, and your broadcast live. My recipes is the one I want. I click on that to make sure that's what I'm on. And then I'm going to come down here to settings. And within settings, you're going to see the second to bottom listed is other. We're going to click other. And when that opens up, you're going to see the second item down is called delete blog. It says remove your blog. So we're going to click on delete the blog. And then you're going to see this page. It's going to give you an option to download the blog. So if you want to download it to use it another time, you'll have an opportunity to do that right here. This is when you're going to go ahead and click on that. I'm not downloading this to save, but this is what you could do. Then I'm just going to delete this blog. Now, notice it says up here it's deleting it, and it deleted it. It says. But I want you to notice something. If I click in the list over here, it's still listed, but it's listed as deleted. So what I want to do is I want to click on that as deleted, and it's going to bring it up one more time, but it's bringing it up with a new page, and it's giving us an information warning sign, and it is telling us either permanently delete, or we could actually undelete this. If we had hit delete by in error and wanted to bring this back, we could quickly go back over here and undelete this. I really do want to delete this at the end of this, as it was just for demonstration purposes. I'm going to click permanently delete, and it's going to ask me again one more time to make sure that I understand what I'm doing. Permanently delete it. It's gone bye-bye. And so the one last thing that I didn't show you about that was it was the address to that, and we didn't talk about it further. I gave it an address of layrecipes.blogspot.com. So if I had gone to that address, we would be able to see this. And what I'm going to show you instead is a different one. I have Your Broadcast Live as one of my other ones. So just so you can see how this portion works, you would use a link to this address. This is your address, and this is my actual free lead capture page that I'm using for Your Broadcast Live. And I have a different theme than in this simple one. And you can see how this functions over here. So I just wanted to show you. And then this address, I could actually take this and add it into a domain name and replace it with a domain name. Now, if I want to do that, I lose the secure feature of Blogger or blogspot.com having a secure site. So if I do create a domain name, I need to add security to that domain name when I select that. I just want to make sure you understand that, so that you don't get visitors who start to visit and then the browser gives them a warning that this may be an unsafe site. Well, that's why that happens, is sometimes this is just HTTP without the S on the end, which offers security. And a lot of people will not follow your site if they see that error warning that it may be an unsafe site. I hope you've gotten some value out of this training. I look forward to bringing you more in the future. I appreciate your spending your time with me. I know you could be anywhere you chose to be, and I really appreciate your spending your time with me. You have a great day. Bye-bye.